So here's a quick one, which perfectly demonstrates why guys, if they're going to get married or anything like that, need to spend years getting to know their girl before they get that serious. And I might add, getting to know her family. And nothing can bring out a gal's true colors when it comes to money and assets and things like this. And this guy's discovering this. And now he's really considering backing out, as you're about to see. Title: Me, a 31-year-old male, and my girlfriend, 28-year-old female. Premarital housing question. My fiancé wants 50% ownership for a property. Now listen to this. It says, I need some legal advice regarding home ownership and premarital assets regarding housing. I've been with my fiancé for 7 years and engaged for 1.5. So he's been with her a long time. And yet now he's seeing the true colors. We get married at the end of 2024. We currently live together in a condo that I individually purchased in 2021. Notice he said he purchased, down payment, the works. I purchased this condo and contributed to all the down payment, fees, etc. That totaled around $40,000 at the time of purchase. In terms of monthly payments, I pay around $2,200 a month, plus HOA $350 a month, gas and water and electric around $300 a month, and homeowners insurance $90 to $100 a month, as well as all the subscription services, Netflix, HBO, Amazon, blah blah blah, roughly another $200 a month. Well, I'm fixated on the whole $90 to $100 for homeowners insurance. You guys would shit your pants if you knew what I pay for homeowners insurance here in South Florida, as you obviously have probably read about, and you Floridians know, because hurricanes and all that. Not to mention the annual flood insurance I bought, even though I didn't have to do it. You bet your ass I did it. $90 to $100. I'd love that. In total, I pay around $31.50 per month. My fiance pays me $500 a month, which we agreed to basically live together. Smack! You should never agree to that, dude. So basically, she's paying you like 16% of the total amounts. Are you out of your mind? Right? But wait till you see the level of entitlement she has. He says, I pay for all of our dates, 95% of all food and everything else. Everything was going fine until her mother, who is a divorce attorney, there's a red flag, got fixated that I should sign her 50-50 onto my condo. Now she wants me to sign, I'm assuming, a deed that she's a 50-50 co-owner of the house. I don't think so. This guy put in all the money, the down payment, the closing costs. You see what percentage he's paying towards everything, and she feels entitled to 50-50 to half the ownership. And her divorce attorney mother, her mother's a divorce attorney. Her mother obviously has seen the ugliness in the world, probably contributed to the ugliness in the world with regards to divorce, and is in such a greedy manner wants you to just sign that away. Who does his mother and this daughter think they are? Does his daughter think she is the God's gift to the world? Well, clearly. And if this guy's going along with this and paying all these things, which he shouldn't, she's just like, hey, I'll make demands. We do split most of the furniture in the house when we decide to buy new couches, mirrors, etc. Oh, yay. One important note, we had our water heater go out. Our water heater, more like your water heater, which I paid in cash $7,500. And then we got a new rooftop deck, $13,500. I paid $10,000 on the deck, and my fiance paid me $3,500. So, okay, that's nice she brought $3,500, but still, overwhelmingly, he's paying for all these things. We've gotten into a very big argument over what she should be owed in the event of a divorce. Another important note is that she owns an LLC with her sister. Listen to this. It's a big blog. She feels that all money made in the LLC, which is a lot, will be completely her money in the divorce because I don't help with the blog. You gotta be kidding me. Newsflash, in a divorce, assets generally are split. And if he owned a business that was formed as an LLC, and they got divorced, then the wife would take a piece of that business, or the guy would have to buy out her share or something like that. That's how it usually works, unless you mix in trusts and stuff like that, but no. If she's going to get half the ownership of his condo that he paid for everything, and the vast majority of everything in terms of monthly fees and all that, oh, you bet your ass he's going to get a piece of her share of the business she has. And any future business. But of course, she doesn't want that. She feels that all money made in the LLC will be completely her money, blah, blah, blah. I honestly don't even want the money, but I feel like this adds another unfair piece. I know LLCs are handled as different assets in a divorce anyway, so this worries me. It's a business, dude. It's an asset, but it's a business. And when you get divorced you get a divorce, someone's going to get a piece of that. Long story, but looking for advice on who's in the right here. Now, he's going to go into a whole bunch of comments that shed more light on this whole situation. But before I read those, more about what's going on, this is nuts. All right, he should never agree to this. And you're going to see more in the comments that has a history being demanding, and he has a history of paying for things. So guys, this is why I work so hard on the other channels to hammer it into guys' heads. You need to work on yourself to be the best you can be, so you don't settle for people like this in your life that make unreasonable demands, and you just go along with it because you're afraid of being alone. You know, this gal, she doesn't love him, and sure as hell the mother-in-law doesn't give a shit about him. It's all about greed. All right, but this guy is just too willing to go along with these things. What he needs to do is, honestly, he needs to run for the hills. As if that's not clear already. He cannot be with her. She's taking advantage of him. She doesn't love him. It's a big, giant business deal. I mean, at the end of the day, marriage is a business deal, but this takes it to a whole new level. All right? She's selfish. She's greedy. If she loved him, she wouldn't be pulling this bullshit. No. Totally taking advantage of him. She needs to go. But even then, a guy needs to understand is that it's a negotiation. And if you don't like the terms of negotiation, you walk. He doesn't realize the power he has. He can walk. All right? And she could either come back crying or she'll move on and he'll find somebody else better. But you're in a negotiation, guys. If somebody doesn't give you the terms you want, you walk. And either the deal's over with and you find a better deal down the road, or they backtrack and give you better terms. But anyhow, I'm going to read more comments here that he's going to reveal about the situation. It's going to make you guys want to pull your hair out. He says here, and he's responding to people commenting to him, he says, agreed. We both have no intention of divorce, but this fight has gone on for 2 weeks, and now I have a sour taste in my mouth. She feels like now I don't fully love her or I'm committed because I won't sign her 50-50. So she's doing manipulation tactics. You don't love me because you won't go along with this deal. Well, it's a terrible deal, so of course he's not going to go along with it, but she's manipulating him. I truthfully feel that because I spent my entire 20s supporting our relationship, including renting all our previous apartments, and her living free before this, that's an attack on me. So they've been living together in different apartments, and he's always been paying for everything. You can't tell me she can't pay for things? No, this is a bad situation. In my opinion, she's being very selfish and unappreciative of everything I've done for her and continue to do so. She is unappreciative and she is selfish, but I will say this, this guy has conditioned her to be that way. You know, you teach people how to treat you guys, and he's been giving, and she's been taking. And this is probably the only time he's ever stood up to her, and she's just shocked by this. Like, how dare you stand up to moi? Her mom has started many financial arguments over the years, but this one is the icing on the cake. Her mom started financial arguments, really? What is there to argue about when this guy's paying for everything for her? But the mother, just like a divorce attorney, is trying to squeeze as much blood from the stone as possible. No, you cannot marry her. You want this witch being your mother-in-law and the mother of a grandmother of your kids? This is never going to work out. Another comment he says here. She said she would never be in a relationship where she's not being supported financially. I make very good income and honestly don't mind paying for dinners, gifts, surprises, but feel like the home is different considering I spent so much of my hard-earned money when I didn't have as much of it. All right. And she expects someone to take care of her. Okay, Your Highness. Really? Another one. I really appreciate the comment. It's definitely becoming a shitty fight out of nowhere when things are going well. Agree, we plan to keep 3 accounts, 2 separate and 1 joint account that we do have based on income. In the terms of premarital assets, my thoughts are the same, and she really is not understanding that. She should keep her LLC and I keep my condo. In her eyes, though, I'm not committing fully to her or not trusting that we won't get a divorce if I don't do this, which is unfair. Newsflash, 50-60%. Minimum 50% end in divorce in this country. Her mom makes her entire living off divorces and no doubt instigating a lot of drama. So what do you expect? She wants to have full ownership of her LLC from him? Fine. You're not getting the fucking condo. End of story. And again, this guy needs to, number one, he shouldn't be with her. But 2, if he's going to stay with her, then you lay out your terms. And if she's going to walk, let her walk. See what happens. Or better yet, you walk. You obviously don't walk away from your condo, but you know what I mean. He says, yeah, the family harmony piece has definitely taken a hit. I just told my parents about it last night, and her ma has already started other issues in the past. See? Lastly, we're at a week or two of love bombing. It's basically her only way to punish me at this point, because I do basically everything else. Luckily, the wedding is the end of the year. I appreciate the comments. I'm meeting with a lawyer next week. Good. You should absolutely meet with the lawyer, and the lawyer's probably going to tell you this is not going to work. He also said, this is really helpful, and I appreciate the response. I do live in an equitable property state, which I'm assuming her mother knew. Even with the LLC, she makes close to half yearly of what I make. So I don't mind paying for the majority of things in the relationship. The bigger issue is the unappreciation both of her and her mother at display during this process. It now has caused a massive rift in between us, where she feels that I don't love her truly if I don't do it, and feel like this is a selfish attempt for her mother to position her to an advantage in the event of divorce. Her mother's already preparing for the divorce and to screw you out of everything for her daughter. That's what her mother does for a living. The prenup may make or break the engagement depending on what the lawyers think is actually fair, which I assume they would decide in my case. Again, thank you for the response. Bro, end the engagement. This is a disaster. She's a selfish a-hole. Her mother's a witch. They're trying to take advantage of you. But you are at fault here, where you obviously have been enabling her behavior for years. So when you finally stand up for yourself and it's reasonable, she's losing her shit and pulling the "you don't love me" manipulation tactic. It's bullshit. She doesn't care about you. Walk away. Do it before it's too fucking late. You work too hard on this whole thing, and I guarantee you break up with her. Her mom's going to try to get some of her money back, like that $3,500 she contributed towards the deck. And that may be a small price to pay to get rid of her. Beyond that, end it. Otherwise, you're going to end in divorce, and she's going to get your condo and other things. It's going to be a complete fucking disaster. Don't do it, bro. Guys, learn from this.